Hey all, Cypher, and welcome back to your Dislyte video. Now, this is going to be the third and final video in my series of Sentinel hunt guides. So if you guys have not watched the previous two videos, you can probably watch it by clicking on the cards below. Basically, I've covered videos on both the Phoebe projection as well as on Counter Sonica projection. This video is all about Dark Star Lord projection. Yeah, this is our old dude, our old friends, our old club boss, right? So let's take a look at his new abilities or whatever he's got, right, to throw at us. So straight off the bat, one thing you need to understand is that you're gonna need a lot of debuffers, because this guy has two rounds, right? The first round, his form is called the the shadow form, and the next round is when his star form comes in. So for shadow form, you're gonna need a lot of debuffers, poisoners, burners, any sort of debuff. So in this light, so far we only have good poisoners, and that's why they say high frequency debuffs. Hall, Kara, Ife. This is probably one of the better places to use Ife. I know there's a lot of Ife lovers, but sadly she's just not usable in much content in the game. I'm predicting that some of the new contents, probably the Shade Mother, the new Dislyte land boss, probably she's gonna have something to do with poisons, because currently their situation is so bad. It's kind of pathetic to be a poison lover. Right, so there's that. Also, you'll need a lot of buff cleansers, right? A lot of buff cleansers, because for all of you who do not know, this guy gets immunity for 2 turns with his third skill, Parting Shadow. Also, this is another AoE. The fewer the targets, the higher the damage. An execution skill, so you need some sort of survival, HP, recovery kind of stuff as well. So in the first round, I'm using Meredith. I think everybody is using Meredith. She's just perfect. She does decent heals, provides speed buffs. She dispels triple hits, right? All the good stuff. Also, Biandina, she has guaranteed buff dispel on her passive. For poisoners, sadly, I do not have Ife. I would have loved an Ife, but Kara and Hall, they seem to be doing a decent job, right? I think majority of players who do not have Ife, they just make do with Kara and Hall. Of course, she is one of the best, probably, cleansers. So yeah, Jinyu Yao, I mean, she's just no-brainer. She's also immune to CC, so yeah, there's that. Next up, coming to round 2. Now round 2 is where you probably need more potential damage dealers, as well as more buffs, right? More buffers. That's just because he's gonna keep dispelling stuff in star form. Also, you will notice that people, they do not generally use in the first phase more damage dealers like Sanders, Gaius, because he gets exponentially high defense. So like just taking single target damage dealers or just DPS in general is not going to be good for you, because the main source of damage in his shadow form is going to come from debuffs such as poison, burns, etc. right? Not even burns, just poisons, because poison is based on enemy max HP, right? Bleed, I think bleed is based on is it based on your own attack? I don't know. I know burn is based on your own attack. So I think poisons is probably the most effective strategy when trying to counter his shadow form, the first phase. Now, ideally, the first phase should be over when the first team loses. The second one is he's probably going to be in his star form, right? And this is where you need to do more damage. Like, you need to ramp up damage, because his damage ramps up over time. We have seen this with all the Sentinel bosses. I don't know why it does not say anywhere here, but it does happen. It happens every single time. That's why the matches, they cannot be dragged infinitely long, because the bosses, they gain lots of stats, right? Alright, coming to his second form. Alright, when in star form, Dark Star Lord reduces target's AP based on a number of buffs they have. If the target has no buffs, he will instead inflict stun on them. So that's what I'm saying, you need a lot of buffs. Massive buffs. I don't know why they call it massive buffs, probably for longer turns, but yeah, because you know, getting your AP reduced is still better than just getting stunned, right? Like stun, you just miss a turn. All right, so we recommend using espers. This is, I think, you know, the part about these little snippets that they provide, I think they're pretty bad. They're pretty good. Sorry, they were already bad earlier, but after the new Sentinel hunt changes, they have worded it pretty perfectly. Like, I think a new player who is probably new to all of this, he will have a pretty easy time understanding, especially because they also have these espers according to the role they have. Like, for example, buff stealing. Like, I don't know if hide is the choice here. Come on, hide for the buff stealing. Nah, man. Raven, again, pretty niche. Chloe is definitely good because she also brings a lot of damage for her. Hyde is like decent, but I don't know, like I just don't feel he's that good in PvE content, like except of course the tower cube. But for bosses, I don't think, right, he doesn't deal that good of damage, like not good consistent damage. Buff Dispel against Yao is, she's badass. Clara, badass. Sally, just amazing. Hengiwei is like mini Sally. We have talked about her again and again. She's using Chronos as well a lot. Even an APEP for players who do not have Sally, because she's pretty easy to use R6. And at R6, she is literally a mini Sally, right? Catherine, another very underrated dispeller. She kind of works like a mini Jinyu Yao. I know it's so funny to say like this is mini this, mini that, but it's actually literally that, right? She also brings that pretty solid stand of debuff, right, for the whole team. Again, pretty solid. Alright, like coming to his next one. Alright, so when this guy he applies a crit rate buff to himself when he lands a crit, and when he lands a crit, he dispels the target's buffs and boosts its own damage dealt. So anti-crit buffs are also pretty helpful here, right? We call it crit resist. Now for crit resist, I think there's only a limited or handful number of espers who have that. Yeah, it only shows Laura. Honestly, I could not think of anybody else except Laura. Generally, they miss out one or two more espers, but I can't think of any other esper who provides crit resist. Maybe I'm dumb, I don't know. At the moment, I cannot, right? So that's Laura. Again, she's not necessary, but she will help you mitigate a lot of damage, right? She also has that handy counter attack. Nothing big, right? Alright, Mist Rate Up and Buff Block are an effective way to avoid taking crit from this. Yeah, this is again pretty true. Buff Block, I don't know about that. If you have affinity advantage, which is kind of impossible because he's Shimmer Element, so I think only Mist Rate Up is probably your best choice. Again, Catherine does Mist Rate Up with her A1, pretty solid. Again, Catherine, she's solid for this, right? In addition to this, players should deploy espers with sustained or burst attacks, damage amplification, high survivability. We already talked about this. Basically, this is the time when you have to make sure you have enough damage to rack up the scores, because keep in mind, this guy deals a lot of damage and he keeps doing more damage, especially that second skill. The fewer the enemies, the more the damage numbers get, like, they just get broken, right? Like, your espers will not survive that long. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty short of it. First phase, a lot of buffers, a lot of buff dispellers, and a lot of poisoners, basically, right? Second phase, again, a lot of buffers. Make sure to get more damage dealers this time. A little bit sustain. For example, one sustain is decent per team. For example, I have my Ahmed in the second row. In the third row, I have Sally, Clara, again, amazing sustainers. They both bring decent buffs as well. The second team, you should actually look. I could probably replace Abigail with probably like Catherine, but then Abigail's buffs are just immense. Like the absorb buff, it's just unmatched, right? Her value is amazing. So I could probably replace either Brewster, a damage dealer, just for like Catherine, just to make sure that my espers don't get infected with the crits. Because once he crits, and he will crit, like you will see, he will crit unless like your espers have god tier crit resist or something. Like, he will crit, right? I mean, of course, there's no stat as crit resist. Why did I say that? I was confusing it with this. Never mind. So I don't want to just play it out. I'll just probably blitz it. I hope all my espers are geared. That's so sad that this game really needs to add more presets for PvE content, man. Come on, like, you have it for PvP. What's it gonna take? There's like 2-3 lines of codes. Do it for PvE, man. Come on. It's so annoying to keep changing the presets. I think they're all... Imagine I say that and like there's one guy, right? There's gonna be one guy. Yep, you missing relic here. Alright, I think I've checked all of them. Yeah, they're ruined. They're relic. I'm so used to calling it ruined from other games, especially from Summoner's War. Like, Summoner's War is just OG, right? Come on, did I click it? Yeah, finally. Hopefully I get EX. Sometimes I do get triple S as well, but I think hopefully, yeah, this is EX. Again, I think the first time I got EX as well, man, those 50 crystals, they'll look so juicy, right? So it's 100 crystal every single day. I think that's 6 days a week. Amazing, amazing. Wait, I still have one more try. Let's see. Let's see. Can we get EX Plus this time? I mean, EX Plus, as I already mentioned, doesn't make more difference. Just like 20-30 more club points. Oh, we got EX Plus. Bro, that's the highest record. Nice, nice. But yeah, that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope your day is going great. Our club is... Damn, our club is fucked. It's only top 75%. Come on, guys. We need more participants. But yeah, there's that. Hopefully you guys are gonna have a great time fighting these bosses, get those rewards, get these chits. Come on, hope you guys get those records. Me personally, I have shit luck. Shit luck. Both the time I got these divine op packs, literally garbage, right? So, but yeah, I'll see you guys later in a new video. There's a new collaboration announced, so I'll probably make a video on that as well. But yeah, peace.